DJ Just Jizzle, Hashimallah, DJ Sos. Right now we premiering everybody. Today is a DJ premiere day. Gonna have some of those club killer DJs up. Alex Dreams, Mike D. We're gonna feature everybody today. Got a lot of things I want to talk to y'all about, but I'm definitely gonna address this issue right here with my favorite tune coming on. Let's vibe with me, right? Just Dizzle, Mob D. Sometime we gotta get away. So I want to speak with that about my young youth out here, especially to the young men. I find that I'm trying to respond to an email, so I'm figuring the words to say this, to articulate this. So instead of really using my street vernacular, I'm gonna speak to y'all a little bit more. I'm gonna speak to y'all as if I'm in class with you right now. So again, I've heard about a young man who just got murdered. It seemed to be rooted in him having dispute or seeking the affection of a young woman. Someone else in the neighborhood wasn't feeling him on that. Led to gun violence and loss of a life, maybe two. My young men, I speak with y'all real. You know, we women are, if you're a heterosexual male, women are beautiful. God placed women here. But think about the things we say and how we view women. Objectification of women is something you even heard me do. You know, we look at a woman and be like, damn, she fine, man, and you know, this and that. A woman may be beautiful, but when we objectify her, that now I gotta tell you is a mentality that comes from a patriarchal society and a residual from slavery. Objectification of women. Women are not objects. They're human beings. They're living organisms, just like us men are living organisms, and they're not there to fulfill our desires. They're there to. They're there for that reciprocity when it comes to satisfaction and fulfillment of spiritual and emotional. That means that a man should spiritually and emotionally give to a woman what she gives to him. Young men, we chase women, man, and we're not critically thinking about our decisions, especially for those that live in areas that's riddled with gang violence and segregation from neighborhoods. This be that realist you're hurting. I'm trying to speak to y'all. I want y'all to really understand that. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real, and young ladies that are, if you're listening, I don't want you to take offense to this, but young men, you know, there's a lot of young ladies you go chasing after. It's all about that money and what you can do for them, and them being seen with you because you done built your name up out in the street, and them being able to coattail on that legacy of yours, or they pretty and you need to have them on the side of your ride or walking through school with them. You wind up getting jammed up, locked up. They might take a letter or two or be with you for a minute or two, but then they're going to go ahead and do what it is they got to do, and you can't ask a woman to do a bid with you. That's unfair to incarcerate her life. She didn't mess up, and in reality, I don't know if she asked you to mess up or not. And young women, a lot of y'all are out there trying to set our brothers up to mess up now. I hear young ladies, I've witnessed it, and I've seen it more than a little bit now. There's something real in the street where y'all young ladies will go and have a young man tell them that they need to go and do something about it and handle this in a gang way. Now I understand the gang mentality, but y'all, let's rewind to a human mentality. Why are you asking a young man to murder another young man? And young man, why would you throw your life away for a woman who's going to be in the street. You locked up. Was she going to come visit you? Is that the big thing? We are suffering from low self-esteem as a culture, as a people, both black and white. But for people of color, our self-esteem is being trounced upon, and people doing the most absurd behavior to prove they care for somebody. That is not it. We know it isn't it. You know, I listen, students, my youth. I speak to y'all as if you're intelligent individuals, because you are. Y'all not stupid. Y'all know I tell you all the time, I'm not going to fall into that. I'm not going to be pigeonholed by that. I know other adults speak to you condescendingly. I know other adults view you as if you are not, you stupid, as y'all say. I know you're not stupid. Y'all have to think about this and stop letting peer pressure drive you to do things that is really going to mess up your life. Because even if the girl does the bid with you, you come home from prison, now you got this felony on your record, you're going to have a job that it's going to pay mediocre wages at best, unless you get back into the hustle game, which you stay into this revolving door, this cycle, vicious cycle of the prison industrial complex. Why? Young ladies, you know, your thing is you want a man with money. A young man in the ages of 16 to 25 years old is not making but so much money. I don't care what color he is. Now, if he goes to school, get a good education, is able to chase some of the things he's with, if he's in the sciences, and he can become a great coder or an engineer, listen, that money's going to come legally, and y'all can enjoy vacations in Tahiti and your Lexuses and whatever other fancy status symbols that you need. But this overnight sensation stuff is not happening. You should be supportive of a young man if you really care for him. A young man, we have to stop. Listen, older men, because our youth are learning from us as adults, we have to stop objectifying women, man. Women are not objects for toys. My car's an object. I put shoes on her. You know, and even that, look at the rhetoric I'm using. I put shoes on her. My car, as if my car I'm speaking about is a woman. Because in reality, we know that these cars get women. I throw the top down, the shoes are shining, the car's pretty. Woo! I don't have a problem. But do I act on that? Do I know, you know the mentality? Young men, please, 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 please stop killing ourselves. I don't say each other, because when you die, I die. And all of my, especially my young men in Portland, my young men in Brooklyn, my young men who build with me in these areas, I just wished a happy birthday to a young man out in California. One of my students up in Portland, I think today's his birthday. Man, listen, I love y'all, man. Any of y'all who've been in my class, anybody who's built with me outside of the barbershop, inside of the barbershop, anybody who's, you know, caught me when I was able to be out in the streets a little bit more and we building on the corner. Listen, I'm never going to steer y'all wrong, man. I came up out of this. I know what it is. And I'm still in the struggle from this, man, from decisions I made when I was like 16, 18 years old. And I have a son, and I'm trying to teach him a better way. And I'm telling you, the best way I teach my son is to also build with y'all. The more, the more brothers that he see out there doing the right thing, the stronger is the message I give to him inside the house. I love y'all, man. Please stop killing each other, man. And we have to stop objectifying the young ladies, man. Women are not a paycheck. Women are not something for us to jump on. I get Weezy, and listen, man, I get the music, man. I get it all, man. I get it all. I get it. Young ladies, we'll go into another discussion or another tape another day. I feel I'm out of place to speak to women about what it is to be a woman, but I'm going to tell you now, stop objectifying yourself. You're more valuable than a night or a couple of months of laying with a man and getting what you can get out of him materialistically and then moving on to the next man, you're better than that. You are just better than that. And young men, you deserve better. You deserve better. I'm not going to sit here and say, do it your mama, because I understand. So I understand what we come out of. A young man at a high school in New Haven called me out on that. And he was like, yeah, boy, that was my mama. So, as an adult, I deal with the truth. I'm not going to be acting like it ain't truthful. I see them out here all the time, even in the nonprofit organization complex. Women and men who work for nonprofits are supposed to help youth, but the image and how they live their life and what they're spreading ain't real. I'm keeping it real with y'all. And I'm keeping it real with y'all, not in just words. I'm keeping it real with y'all. Nobody's paying me to do this. And y'all know, I have more issues with adults because of my rhetoric, because of the vernacular I use, because of my conversation and dialogue with them when it comes to my youth. Listen, man, I have a youth. I have a son. I need all of y'all to form like Voltron and rise up and move our culture forward. We have to stop. We have to stop. And I'm doing this to post for public, and I'm getting emotional. Man, it's real, y'all. It's real. It's real. It's real. Please, please stop chasing it. Stop chasing it. Man, build yourselves. You don't have to chase it. It's going to come to you. And then be careful in your selection process. And I'm going to catch myself on that because I use the term, it's going to come to you. That's objectification. And I'm adult enough and mature enough to tell you I just objectified. Build yourselves up, and a beautiful, beautiful women will come to you. And you will find the right woman for you. And the right woman for you, you will see as your partner and your mate, your soul mate, your spiritual mate, and it'll happen. And believe me, I know, I tell y'all all the time, man, y'all women are vicious out there now. If you don't want to climb in bed with her, they'll call you all kind of names, accuse you of being homosexual, as if that's something bad. If you're homosexual, you're homosexual. But if you're not homosexual and you don't want to sleep with a woman because you don't want to be responsible for if anything happens, there's diseases out there, you got a life. And you should be responsible for your life. So it isn't about just climbing in the sack with somebody or allowing somebody to do things to you. You got to, especially my youth in high school and middle school even. That's another conversation. Y'all get your education, man. I'm telling you, the only way that we are going to be able to participate in this nation, it's not meant for you to participate without a solid education. The hegemonic class is called the hegemonic class for a reason. They are the culture in power. If their children don't have an education, they will look the other way, still give them jobs, take care of them. That is not going to happen with us. We can't even get our adults to start thinking outside of a gatekeeper mentality. We are so busy holding each other back and each other down. And y'all need to build, and I'm going to keep it real with you, so hopefully we can minimize that gatekeeper mentality and we become the keepers, not of the gates, but the keeper of the stakes. It's time for us to rise up and be empowered by our own hard work and efforts and mentality and thinking process. So love y'all. This one is a longer one than usual. We're at the 14-minute mark. Knowledge, culture. Put that together. Power, refinement. Lift up always. Positive energy always creates elevation. Positive education always creates elevation. Peace.